Quest for the Test is a community service project. My friend Kelly and I started it to provide free standardized testing prep for students at Stagg High School, so helping them through SAT and ACT.
Quest for the Test is a tutoring/informational program for high school students in Stockton that teaches them both more about the high-stakes standardized testing and also provides free tutoring.
In the Powell Scholars Program, we have a leadership seminar that our freshmen take. And when Kelly and I were in that, we had guest speakers, and when one of the guest speakers was presenting, they talked a lot about how leadership can be a more localized thing. You don't necessarily have to go out with the goal of changing the world. You can lead a project in your community.
Cassidy and I wanted to do something that was in Stockton based, since the Powell Scholars had never done that before, so we could provide back to the community. And since the Powell Scholars are all exceptional students and have done well on the SAT and ACT and other standardized testing, we thought that a great thing to start with would be providing free tutoring.
We have tutors lined up for certain times of the week where they're willing to participate in this, and we have a bunch of students at Stagg High School who are interested, so we're actually in the stage where we're putting it into production. We're trying to help students feel like this test is more possible for them. A lot of students in Stockton don't end up taking standardized tests for a variety of reasons, and we want to just reinforce that they do have everything they need to do well on these tests. And if they want help on certain sections to do better on the questions, then we want to be able to lend our experience from taking the tests and help them reach their goals of whatever score they want to get.
Stagg High School is considered the worst high school in Stockton Unified. And not only is it considered the worst, so it has a large population of underrepresented students. And on top of that, it has a very large student population, but it only has a few counselors. So the counselors, while they're great, are kind of stretched thin. So there's just a lot of need at that school. It would be a great place just to start this kind of program with, so that they could experience the benefits of it first.
It's also just a high school that's very diverse and has a lot of students that want to end up in college and not a lot of students that actually end up taking the SAT or ACT. So we know that there is room for people to get something out of our project.
Stagg is a really great setting for Quest for the Test. It's an under-resourced high school. So everybody is working a number of different jobs, wearing a bunch of different hats. Staff is very busy, and the students don't get all the kind of instruction that they need because there's so many different levels of attainment and skill sets that are in competition with each other in the Stagg classroom. So what we're trying to do is pull out some of those students who really need more time to improve their math and verbal skills, which will enable them to improve their test skills. We're trying to reach those students who really need more than what their teachers can give them because they simply can't be all things to all people in that environment.
We've talked with a lot of counselors at Stagg High School, and many of them have said that a lot of the students they work with want to go to college. They have certain goals that are surrounded by college. Many of them have the drive and they have good enough grades. The one thing, I guess, that's the hardest part is just the actual standardized tests. So a lot of people already want to get this education, and they might have some people in their life pushing them to, others might not. We just hope to kind of be that support that can help them figure out what they need to do to get to their next step and give them the space to empower themselves to get to where they want to go as far as education happens.
We're trying to establish relationships with these students who have been told that they're not good enough or that there's something wrong or a barrier to their future. We're trying to establish relationships with them that can change the narrative, change the story that they've been hearing all their lives, and try to create a positive experience for them of their own education and plant a seed that maybe this is something they'd like to take further.
So this last year, for the first time, they actually had the SAT being offered for free to, I think, all high school juniors. And they said that that was helpful for some of their students. There's still room for improvement, obviously, but there's been a lot of efforts to make things like this more accessible for students, and we're really excited about that, and we hope that we can be part of that.
I've been a tutor for the last 6 years, and I think that's given me a small chance to make a difference in students' lives. And I hope that Quest for the Test will give me a different but equally as important opportunity to make a difference in students' lives.
it's really encouraging that we can be part of the solution and like encourage people and let them know that they do have what it takes to like do well on this and go to college if that's what they want.